What's up, boys? Welcome back to Slay the Princess. It's been a while since I played this game, mostly because I got super discouraged from making videos on it after OBS bugged out on me last time. But we're back, and now that I finished Amori, I feel like I'm free to make more videos on different stuff. We're gonna be playing this in windowed mode because something happened. The footage glitched again, but thankfully I was only a couple minutes in and I actually checked. This game just really seems to interact weirdly with OBS. I don't know why, but we're just gonna start from where we left off. We're gonna try befriending her. Her voice softly carries up the stairs. Hello, is someone there? It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. I'm here to save you. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in? Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here. Hi, I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. My cat's here, by the way. Hope you brought something to deal with these chains. Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end. You're only making this more difficult. Thank you, thank you. You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. Walk up to the chains, binding the princess to the wall, and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart. I'm guessing you don't have the key. Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chain somewhere in the cabin. Let's see. Let's check upstairs. Okay, I'll be here. Good luck. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You can hear the click of the lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You tried the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. We're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in. I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice. If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together. She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. Not sure how it's made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Save the princess. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. She looks so goddamn deranged. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chain follows suit. She didn't do much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened. Thank you. Let's get out of here. No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. What are you doing? Hey, I don't... Warn her. Stop that. Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right? Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. The princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. Get out of it. Resist. The blade. Move. The blade. As her body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward. We both know this isn't you. She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing? I'm sorry, I'll try to be quick. She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony, but you aren't dead yet. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Stay strong. We could tough it out until it's done, for her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy your knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out. I'm so sorry. With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-splattered cheeks. It can't end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. It's best to keep it that way. Voice of the Smitten? Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try to save the princess. Ah, so all the cards are on the table. You should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him. Specifically, it sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving. Let's proceed to the cabin. A warning. Yada yada yada. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world that we can believe in. What the hell? The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. Yeah, let's approach the mirror. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There's so much to see here. What are you talking about? Oh, it's the same interaction every time. But there was a mirror here a second ago. Now it's gone. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her fetus if we have a feather out of place. Whatever the hell that means. Let's not take the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. The princess lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs. Hello, is someone there? Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we are here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She might not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right. It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back. Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? But waiting for you to come back. I didn't want you to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. Incontrovertible evidence. Fuck. You've been here before. That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try to kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before, so an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. We've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job. What happened after I died? You died, and now we're talking. Okay. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? Okay, with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again. Won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty your hands are? We're able to slip her right out, with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior, and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. There's another version of me that was if another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason. That's okay, you were just doing your best, and that's all that matters. She took that in stride, to a surprising extent, an almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I'd like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him always trying to drive her to violence. Let's rescue the princess. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, you'll what, take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths. If you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. Doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer. I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you so much. The princess jumps and smothers you in a joyful embrace. If only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side? What do we do now? What do you want to do? Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart. I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I've wanted before. She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth? I think I want to leave, and I think... The princess closed her eyes in deep reflection. Then she shrugs. I don't know. What do you want to do? If you want to leave, then let's leave. Sounds perfect. The princess takes your hands. The last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other, and we don't need the world for our happy. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I had my doubts, but the choice has been made. This is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. What happens after you walk up the stairs? Oh. Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Didn't I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave. Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair, we're supposed to leave now. She's right, it isn't fair, but the unfairness of the world are no match for the strength of true love. God damn it. Enough of this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Why are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point. I think I've got this. Open the door by yourself. Okay, yeah, you've got this. Place your hand on the door, and... Wow, it's that easy. The lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and... The blade! That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. That's actually... No, that's dumb. You're not doing that. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're enjoying taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted. Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. Wow. And then you step outside. Our happy ending at last. We did it. What should we do now? Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes. I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold? She's cold. Quick, our feathers, pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess. Oh. Eldritch horrors. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. If we just sit here and preen for a while, that can't hurt, right? The voices feel small, distant as you approach. The remains? You're unraveled. Oh yeah, I've got feathers. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me? Rhetorical? I'm not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of these flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. You know what we'll find out there? There's trees and stars and there are people. I think, at least there are supposed to be people. There is warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real? We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. Because of that, nothing can't exist. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? He does. When I find him, I'm going to kill him. If he drives you towards my destruction, then he is steeped in delusion, for he does not know me. Just as I hold compassion for you, and you hold compassion for me, you can hold compassion for those who have wronged you. Yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't like this. I don't like that guy. Do you have thoughts on this vessel? This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken? If I did, I would already be awake. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will put the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. This is the last stage before your completion. Then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. But you've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. There is no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you. That was loud as hell. It scared the shit out of me. Who's there? Just checking in on you. Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me. Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. And there you are. You're here to kill me or something? Nuh-uh. I'm just here to talk. Why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, then we can chat. She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood is a bit very becoming of us. Let's drop it, actually. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang. Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk. Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're gonna need it. So, here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. That's a good shot. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. What's her name? She hesitates before answering. You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty, or any honorific should do that, really. Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. Don't just tell her that. Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it. To be honest, I've been down here a long time. Just how long has she been down here? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? Hoping you'd tell me. Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start. I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me, and I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking. She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question this situation, and there's a reason you've listened. So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any number of good things I'm sure to think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my world possibly be worth in a situation like this? Goddamn, I'm tired. She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything. Like I said, it's about trust. Blind trust. So, do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world, or do you trust whoever put me here? She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less. Oh, shut up. This fucking narrator, dude. How would I get you out of here? You can't. Don't bother. I'm guessing you don't have the key, then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use. Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it. How long have you been down here? Too long. Alright, we've talked enough. Oh, have you decided what to do with me? You know why you're here. Let's see. Let's examine the chains. Oh, you have to be kidding me. Walk up to the chains, binding the princess to the wall, and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart. If you don't have the key, maybe we should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. Would have just left a key to her chain somewhere in the cabin. Maybe that would be fine. I can lose an arm. She speaks with almost incomplete nonchalance. We're stuck down here for long enough. I'm sure it would be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Oh yeah. The slide's shut. It would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. She's different this time. I heard the door slammed. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here. I don't like what happens if you do that. Save the princess. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. She looks rabid again. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it. Thank you. Now let's get out of here. No, we won't have any of that. Alright. It's gonna try and... It's gonna get me to... Let's warn her. Stop that. I thought this was a little too easy. Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. I'm gonna resist some more. The blade. Move. The blade. You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick. She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands. Maybe I'll see you in another life. Then she slits your throat with almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? Not even an I'm sorry, goddamn. Oh, the stoic. Voice of the skeptic. No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this kind of focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is a less cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. Blade is your implement. You need this if you want to do this right. Approach the mirror again. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. Let's just enter it. Afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation. I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here, and she'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her, which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay, I'm trusting you. Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big deal? Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife. So what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. The princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs. Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company. I wonder what visitor she could be referring to. Are we not the first? Huh. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves, the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall joining the metallic cords as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Or should you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should have a chat before you bury that thing in my heart. I agree. Interesting little tiara she's got in her head. She's got a different hairstyle too. You step toward the princess, but she stops before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand. There is fine. I prefer you keep some distance until we sorted this out. That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. Sit where you were told to sit. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her. Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? What happened after I died last time? Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game, but sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died, I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place, in chains again. More of them. And now you're back. Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. She's probably even more in the dark than we are. You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not. I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea of why or how. So we've already been here? Huh. As much as I'd like to remain in denial, it's no use. This is complicated things. It's complicated things how exactly? Ideally, this is supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess. And in the process, you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important, necessary even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again, alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How's it ever helped us in the dark? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having... I should do something about that real quick. Hold on. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure, we'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping. Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. That little chain on the wall. Who is it for? I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit. Hopefully I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're gonna save the world. What would you have him do? Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back. That's ominous. But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on the act to disarm you. Not much should be obvious. And in case you did hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that's what's good. That's what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know, I'm just spelling out our options. Listing the pros and cons. Let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world, and she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are we can't trust them, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with that, with what she has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways. I'll go ahead and give her the knife. I like the way she's acting. Slide it over. No, absolutely not. I'm not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Don't you know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which by your estimation ended the world, right? Angry grumbling. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again, are you? A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up. Thanks. She pulls up her hair. Smiling slightly, she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? Just to say another word, she cuts her own neck. No. Watch in uneasy silence. Oh my god. Her eyes stare forward, unblinking as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned, she's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh, so that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Oh. Ugh. That's a disturbing sight. I don't like that. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor. Completely free, it bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh, no. What did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations, you saved the world. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course. The princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. We should take her with us, don't you think? What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that? I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy. Proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right? You don't need proof. You don't need a trophy. She doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave. If after all of that you're not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them. Let's double check. Oh yeah, things are just dandy. I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger is past. You can relax. I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down. I am. I'm on team. Let's put this all behind us so we can leave already. Let's take the princess with us. Fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. I didn't. She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right. Well played. Talking heads, like the band. Or, like, yeah. This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen, but it's already... over? Is he gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his. Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. She doesn't have vocal cords. How is she talking? So this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected. Oh. But you don't get the chance to respond. She's gone. Where'd she go? Should we try to find her? There's that mirror again. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear. Let's gaze at the reflection. Gone once again. You are nothing at all? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. That is a crow. Are you me? I think you know what I am. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. What the fuck? So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade, but you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you damned to extinction to fall this far. What are you? Are you something like me? Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Let's see, what else can I do? Let's destroy the mirror. Fuck this guy. You have heard enough. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. You already know what you are. Oh, I already read that. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of the things, there is no final vesser for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. The hell? What the shit? What is going on here? Where are their clothing? I can finally see you and you can finally see me. It's been so long and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Yeah. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. I'm long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. What happens now? Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting, but it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning, or will you open the final doors to our liberation? There's so many stories we've left unfinished, can we really just leave? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch-black islands in the binding lights of infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. These lines are really well written. Don't you have a say in all this? Of course I have a say in all this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens. Just you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. There has to be another way. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express, and you cannot rationalize with logic which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. This is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. What the hell? To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path tighter to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray? Address this vessel statement directly. Peter's shared humanity. Speak out. I'm gonna save. This music goes crazy, by the way. We speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me. Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another and another and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. Oh, that's cool. She's bringing up the different versions of her. Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. This isn't a... You cling to your notion of pain and suffering. There is beauty in ugliness and love and conflict. My masses mob you. There is no beginning to them and there is no end. There is only the flood of bodies. In every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song. Let's continue to appeal to shared humanity. We are the whole of reality. A shiver passes through you as unseen figures dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Oh, it's Ghost Girl. Without sin, there is no redemption. Oh, she's waving hi to us, that's silly. Let's appeal to humanity. I could ask you the same. There's only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine? I crush you, I bleed you, I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to, but I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better. To have no challenge is to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all. This doesn't be so big. You can come back down to my level. You can come back to me. Why would I stoop to your level when I am offering you ascension to mine? It is so peaceful here, beautiful, eternal, but ever-changing. As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving. Nothing is immutable. Everything that exists exists only in relation to everything that isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. Let's see here. Done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. What I offer you is not perspective, it is truth. Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. Which... I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror. I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I could take you there. I could take you to her heart. It's time to resume our dance. She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. The fuck? And here we are. Hey, it's in a different font? I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? Is the narrator really gone? Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it can handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Is it just you and me? It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there jumbled up in the rest of her. Enter the basement. No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist? It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing, only she didn't know us. Down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. There you are, hands empty, so you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say? Sorry for all the times I hurt you. The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize. We both went a little overboard, but there's no reason we can't put it all behind us. You know, when she puts it like that, it's good to see you again. Right back at you, in a way. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back. So now we're here at the end of everything. Can you tell me your name? Ha! I never had one. And do not call me the shifting mount. It's too much. But I've always been a princess, you know, right? To you, right? So why don't we stick with that? As for you, well, hero works for me. That's me. You know, I think I like that. I don't think I want to be a god. Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label. I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin. Are you the same as you are out there? I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think, but she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either. Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning, and I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that. None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it? No, it really wasn't. But just because it has been fair doesn't mean it has been worth it. I'm glad I got to know you. What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be? I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. Doesn't matter if she's right or wrong, because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force. There's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. Like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me. Yeah, I'm happy to not be everything. Just being us is plenty. What if we just leave? Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that mean? Aww. I don't know why, but I've always just wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door just as we are. You and me. Aww. I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're going, it feels like to... Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling the space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand trouble in yours. She's unsure of herself, for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her. This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything, it's exciting really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you. That's... Oh, so cute. Try not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional. Wherever it is, you'll face it together. Wow! That's it. That's the end of the game. Or, I'm assuming that's one of multiple endings, but... I'm pretty satisfied with that, honestly. That was really interesting. Yeah. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. Really? Thank you so much for playing. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. Let's just do that. Well, that was really interesting. I might go back, get different endings, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm glad I got a seemingly good ending. But that's it. I've been recording for quite some time now. Gotta get to work on editing this at some point in the future. This definitely will be coming out a lot sooner than the last one did after I recorded it, because a lot less issues happened this time, hopefully. Because I recorded it in windowed mode rather than wherever the hell it was last time. But, see ya.